I own the store, he explained, and I set prices and I'll say if you want to shop here, this is what you have to pay. We're working alongside this to get the illegal and unjustified tariffs the Americans have imposed on our nation lifted as soon as possible. We're fighting for Canada. The new 50% tax on steel tariffs, for example, will benefit the steel industry. Have you heard those CEOs complain? I have not. His press secretary, Caroline Levitt, boasted that business leaders are begging to meet with this president and begging to come to the White House. What happens when one leader builds bridges and another burns them? Since Donald Trump returned to power, he slapped heavy tariffs on countries, started trade wars, and caused prices to skyrocket for American families. Meanwhile, Canada's new Prime Minister Mark Carney is doing the opposite, making smart deals, fixing relationships, and building Canada stronger from the inside. This isn't just a tale of two leaders, it's a battle between chaos and strategy. And the winner might surprise you. Many CEOs will not even dare mention that their prices will have to rise because of the new taxes on their imported goods. The new 50% tax on steel tariffs, for example, will benefit the steel industry. But studies have shown that for every job saved in that industry, there are 75 jobs endangered in industries that use imported steel in their products, like cars and construction. Have you heard those CEOs complain? I have not. Donald Trump did it again, and now he launched a fresh wave of tariffs that sent shockwaves across the globe. This time it wasn't just steel or aluminum. It was everything from European electronics to Canadian wood, from Asian cars to Latin American coffee. And once again, Trump claimed he was protecting American jobs. But behind this loud promise hides a brutal truth for everyone job protected. 75 others are now on life support. These aren't just numbers, these are real people. Factory workers in Michigan, car assemblers in Ohio, builders in Florida. Their jobs depend on cheap steel, affordable parts, and predictable global prices. But now, because of Trump's 50% steel tariff, construction has slowed down. Auto plants are cutting shifts and prices are rising across the board. The American dream is shrinking, all in the name of nationalism. What's even worse, the silence. America's biggest CEOs, the very people who once fought loudly against excessive government interference, are now mute. Fear has replaced principle. Loyalty to the stock market has replaced loyalty to the people. These leaders are too afraid to challenge the man in charge, even when their companies suffer. Why? Because Trump's wrath isn't political, it's personal. Say the wrong thing, and your business becomes a target. Your contract gets cannelled. Your taxes suddenly need review. This isn't just economic policy, it's economic bullying. And it's not just affecting boardrooms, it's hammering American families at the checkout counter. Inflation is rising, essentials are becoming luxuries. And those who voted for Trump, hoping for prosperity, are instead receiving the bitter taste of isolation and chaos. On Thursday, he threatened to terminate government contracts with Elon Musk's companies. He tells businessmen who want favorable treatment to ask him personally. This week, his press secretary, Caroline Levitt, boasted that business leaders are begging to meet with this president and begging to come to the White House. Trump has explained how he views the American economy not as a vast and gloriously complex free market system with hundreds of millions of private transactions. No, to him, it is one big, beautiful store. I own the store, he explained, and I set prices, and I'll say, if you want to shop here, this is what you have to pay. These aren't just strange words from a president, they're terrifying. Trump sees the entire US economy not as a free and fair system, but as his personal business empire. In his mind, he's not a public servant. He's the store owner. The rest of the world, just customers, and if they don't like his prices, they can leave. This mindset explains every decision he makes. It's not about balance or strategy, it's about control. Absolute control. But this isn't a store, it's a country. And countries don't run on one man's mood swings. They run on policy, stability, diplomacy. Trump's store now has empty shelves. Foreign investors are pulling out. Global partners are distancing themselves. And allies like Germany, France, and Canada are forming new alliances without the US. They've stopped knocking on Trump's dollar because they know he doesn't negotiate, he dictates. And what's the result for everyday Americans? Pain. Small businesses importing goods are facing higher costs. Farmers can't sell their crops overseas because of retaliation. Gas prices are up, groceries are up, and wages can't keep up. Trump may be setting prices, but it's the people who are paying the bill. This economic vision isn't just flawed, it's dangerous. Turning the US into a one-man store creates fear, not growth. It destroys trust, not builds it. It empowers one man while weakening an entire nation. America is not a store. It's a promise of fairness, freedom, and opportunity. And right now, that promise is being sold off item by item at a very high price. Today, at a time of full employment and low inflation, the Trump administration has unleashed a tsunami of uncertainty. Tariffs are on, then they're paused, then they're back on, then they get double. And what do business leaders say? Nothing. There are a few honourable exceptions, most prominently Ken Griffin, Jamie Dimon, Larry Frink, and of course now Elon Musk. What used to be the most powerful voices in American capitalism, CEOs of billion-dollar companies are now quiet, silent, mute. Not because they agree with what's happening, but because they're afraid. They know Trump's trade policies are chaos, disguised as strategy. One day there's a tariff, the next day it's paused, and before anyone can adjust, it's back with double force. It's like a bad reality show where the rules change every episode. Except here, millions of jobs hang in the balance. Business leaders used to speak out. They used to challenge Washington when something went wrong. But now, not a word, no protests, no press conferences, not even a whisper. Why? Because under Trump, questioning authority comes with a price. Speak up, and your company's supply chain might be targeted. Stay silent, and maybe, just maybe, you'll stay under the radar. It's not leadership, it's survival. This silence is not just embarrassing, it's dangerous. This bill proclaims no taxes on tips or overtime pay and new deductions for seniors and on car loan interest. So a waiter who makes $50,000 will get a break, but not a dishwasher. Workers in jobs that pay overtime get a tax break, but not those in jobs that may pay less, but just don't bill it as overtime. Expect lots of people to try to reclassify their income as tips and overtime. Donald Trump's new tax plan sounds like it's helping workers, but when you look closely, it's just another game of favoritism. A waiter gets a tax break, but not the dishwasher standing right next to him. An overtime worker is rewarded, but someone earning a fixed wage for doing the same hard job ignored. This isn't economic policy. It's economic favoritism based on labels and loopholes. And here's the real trick. The rules are so confusing that even tax experts are scratching their heads. It's not about fairness. It's about confusion. The more confusing the rules, the more people get left behind. And the fewer people understand the system, the easier it is to manipulate it. This kind of selective tax relief doesn't fix the economy. It divides the workforce. It makes neighbors feel unequal. It makes workers question their worth. Why should someone's paycheck be treated better just because of how it's categorized? Why should a senior get a car loan deduction while a single mum gets nothing? The silence of CEOs continues here too. They know these policies won't help the economy long term. They know they're unfair. But once again, they say nothing because silence is safe, even if it's selfish. What's happening under Trump isn't just policy confusion, it's economic discrimination. It's the government picking winners and losers, not based on merit or need, but on political branding. And when the richest voices in business don't speak out, these policies go unchallenged. Meanwhile, regular Americans get stuck in a system that's designed to confuse, divide, and exclude. America deserves leaders not just in Washington, but in boardrooms who speak the truth, even when it's risky. Because silence might save a CEO's bonus, but it sacrifices the backbone of the economy, the everyday worker. He has said that he got elected to accomplish big things. And he is taking on Canada's role here like we've never seen before. When Trudeau hosted 7 years ago Charles, Quebec, the only thing that came out of that was a big fight between him and Trump, because he insulted Trump once. Trump was on Air Force One. Trump heard him, insulted him personally back by tweeting at him, and the relationship was never any good after that. Carney seems to have some magic touch for being able to talk with Trump. He's also shown a great deal of experience and interest as he's gone around to the world capitals that are the most important. And he's been meeting, as that picture just shows, with the provincial premiers. I mean, he went out to Saskatchewan and had a very successful meeting, where Donald Trump yells, Mark Carney listens. Where Trump pushes countries away, Carney pulls them closer. This is the difference between ego and diplomacy.